So today I'm taking a look at Pokemon Yellow here. So this one, I'm being told that it's not loading up correctly. Sometimes it does, but usually it won't. So let's go ahead and give it a test and see what exactly we got going on. Okay, you can see there the Nintendo logo is not loading up properly. Let's go ahead and try reseating it a few times. And looks a little bit better, but still no load. Alright, so let's take a look at the board here. I already took the screw out. Okay, so contacts, they look pretty good. It does look like the ROM chip's kind of over to the right hand side. Looks like there may not be too much solder underneath of it. Got a little bit of corrosion on that resistor right there. And the mapper chip looks okay. S-frame looks like it's shifted over to the right a little bit also. Maybe that needs to be reflowed. And there we go, that's probably going to be the culprit right there. Got some water damage. So taking a look here, it looks like there was definitely some water in here at some point. So probably got a bad via, so probably just a broken trace I'm going to have to fix up, which that's not too bad, just kind of time consuming. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pull the ROM off and dump it out and make sure that it's all good. See if we got any corruption on there. So let's go ahead and start the hot air station. And first thing I'm going to do is remove the battery, just because I don't want that getting cooked by the hot air station. Where's my tweezers at? Alright, looks like the hot air station's heated up. So first thing I'm going to do, just put some flux on these joints here. And let's go ahead and heat this up and pull it off. I'm going to turn down the airflow a little bit. legs look pretty good. It's still hot. And let me take a look here. So it looks like the capacitor stayed on the board. That's good. So while I wait for that to cool down before I throw it in the programmer, I'm just going to go ahead and clean these pads up. Let's put some fresh flux on there. And now I'm just going to use some solder wick. Clean off my iron a little bit. There we go, that looks pretty good. So these Game Boy mask ROMs, they just use a standard EEPROM pinout. So what I'm going to do is just throw it right in here in this adapter board. This is just a universal programmer. I think I got it from China for just a few bucks. So it should go in that way. And it just sits in there like that. And you connect that to the ZIF socket of your programmer. Then you can just read it out like any other 8 megabit EEPROM. So let me head over to the computer and we'll give that a read. Okay, so now I got the ROM loaded in the programmer. I'm going to select the 8 megabit device. And I have the original ROM over here that I downloaded online. Let's go ahead and give this a read and check the CRC. No contact. Come on. There we go. Just had to press my finger down on the chip while it was reading. And I'm just going to call this dump.gb. Okay, it looks like my hash files are the same. So it looks like the ROM is in fact fine. So now we get to start going through the board and look for broken traces. Okay, so right here I got the pinouts for all the different devices. You got the MBC5, which is the mapper chip that Pokemon Yellow uses. You got the 256K SRAM, which is where the save is going to be. The Game Boy Cartridge pinout, and the 32-pin mask ROM pinout. So now I'm going to grab my multimeter and start going through and look for broken traces. This part is going to take quite a while. Okay, so got the multimeter fired up, got it set on continuity mode. Time to go ahead and start checking out the traces. So over here we have voltage supply. Now that one shouldn't be going to the SRAM anyway, because it would be on battery mode right now. And where does this connect to on the mapper chip? Looks like right up here. So that's good. Next one is clock, which, take a look here. Looks like it doesn't go anywhere on this one. So pin 3 is going to be read write. That one's fine. Now we got chip select, which is going to go to the mapper. Which looks like it's going to go to the second pin on the side here. Yeah, looks like we might have our first broke trace. Okay, so that one is good. And next we have A0. So this one should be A2. Let me take a look here at the pinouts. Okay, looks like A0 may not be going to the right one. Okay, so it's output enable. No wonder why I'm all messed up. Okay, yep, so that's where it's supposed to go. So this one should be chip select. Okay, now this should be A0. That's good. A2. A3. A4. A5. A6. A7. A8. Nine. And A10. So A11. A12. A13. A14. Let's see, where's this room go to? It should have A14 also. That might be going to the mapper, so the actual cartridge. Yeah, it looks like SRAM A13 through 16 connects to the mapper instead of the cartridge. So it was 13, so 14 and 15. It should be data 0. And looks like that goes to the mapper as well. Data 1. Data 2. Data 3. Data 4. Data 5. Data 6. Data 7. Data 8. It's data 8 not used on this board. Oh, the cartridge only goes up to data 7. Okay. Reset, which looks like it's not used. Ground. This ground not getting to the mapper. Alright, this looks like all the cart contacts check out. So, let's go ahead and go over to the mapper and make sure everything gets to where it's supposed to go to on the SRAM and the ROM. So, data 13, 14, and 15. Then ground. Looks like this should be reset. And next we got chip select on the RAM. Six. Okay, looks like we got our first trace break, which is chip select on the SRAM. So A14 and 15 on the mapper are the next ones. Okay, they connect to ROM 14 and 15. Okay, they all check out. So just gotta fix the RAM chip select. Now it's gonna be ROM 16. ROM 17. ROM 18. ROM 19. Okay, then ROM 20 and 21 are not going to be used on this. Then we got ground and 5 volt. Okay, that all checks out. So now we have A22 for the ROM, which is not going to be used. So we're going to have SRAM 16. Let's see. But looks like the 256 SRAM, that one only goes up to 14. So it looks like you just need to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 bottom ones on this side. It's going to be A12. Okay, then we got card pin 5. Next one is write enable. Then a 13 on the SRAM. Then A14, okay. So it looks like really all you need to do is run a trace to fix the chip select on the SRAM. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that should go to the 3rd pin down on this side. Okay, just for a quick sanity check, I got another board. This is also MBC5 with 256 SRAM. Okay, apparently that one doesn't work. So where do you go then? Okay, so maybe that trace is fine. Okay, so it looks like chip select connects to the battery. I see. So where do you connect then? Alright, so it looks like that trace is broken after all. Unless guess not having the battery in there is doing something. Okay, so I think for right now, I'm going to go ahead and solder the ROM back on and see if we get any improvements. Looks like I still got a bridge. Alright, there we go. Got Pokemon Yellow playing again. So at this point, it turns out that there actually were no bad traces. I'm going to put a battery back in and make sure the save works, because definitely want that. But it looks like we just had a damaged trace on probably just the ROM. So I'm going to throw a battery back in there. Then we'll go ahead and make a save, see if it retains the save. And put a new battery in, it's pretty easy. Actually posted a video where I was swapping the batteries on the second generation Pokemon carts. Let's go ahead and wick up all the old solder. Thinking that I might just not be getting continuity on those two traces because I don't have a battery in there right now. So the IC is not switching over or something. So I'm going to put a battery in, see if it saves, and then if I need to, I can always run a jumper wire on that one trace. Yeah, that was nice and easy. Some fresh flux and solder on the negative lead. One side. I'm going to add a little bit more solder to that when I'm done. No, damn it. That's the wrong side. Was it? Okay, now we got one side tacked down. And let's see if I'm getting continuity on that one trace now. Still doesn't seem like it. And I forgot to turn on the beeper on my multimeter. So I might actually have a broken trace there. So I'm throwing in GameBoy, try and make a save, and then we'll see what happens. actually had a Pokemon Red cart that was doing this exact same thing when I had a broken chip select line on my SRAM. So, not playing. Alright, so I'm going to run a jumper wire between those two vias, and hopefully we'll have a fully functional game again. You know what? While I'm thinking about, let me check and make sure that the SRAM is getting voltage from the battery. And about 3 volts. Yep, so that's good. There's nothing broken on the battery line. Alright, let's give this another shot. Okay, and there's the jumper wire for the chip enable line. There we go, much better. So like I said, the reason I figured this was wrong was because I actually fixed the Pokemon Red card about a year ago. That actually had the same issue. There's a broken line on the there's a broken trace on the chip enable line. Can't even talk today. Alright, so now this one I'm going to pause the video, then I'm probably going to come back to in about 5 or 10 minutes and see if the save is still there. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes, so let's go ahead and pop it back in the Game Boy and see if the save is still there. Alright, save is still there. And while I was waiting, I took a case downstairs to the kitchen sink and I cleaned it out as best I could. See, the plastic is a little bit stained green, but it came up pretty nice. So all that's left to do now is just go ahead and clean this Pokemon board here. Because I do want to clean off all the flux with some acetone. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean the back with some rubbing alcohol, just to try and make that look a little bit nicer. So, I'll pause the video, I'm going to just clean that off camera because not really too much fun stuff to see. Then I'll show you that once I'm finished. And here's the board all nice and cleaned up. It's got your reset circuit, your mapper, SRAM, and the game ROM, which just need to be resoldered apparently. Plus that one broken trace. So I just used some acetone to clean off the flux, use some alcohol on the back of the board. You can see it is still a little bit waterlogged, but hey, it's fully functional again. And sometimes when you clean out the board, you'll lose your save. So I'm just going to go ahead and check to see if the save is still there. Alright, there we go. Got fully functional Pokemon Yellow again. So as you can see, it did take some time, but hey, we were still able to get it back up in working condition. So, check back with me next time and see what I repair next.